So, dear friends and subscribers of Cricket Happenings, we are coming to the business end of the tournament where in the T20 World Cup 2016 in India sees England and New Zealand pitted against each other in the semi-finals, which is the first semi-finals of this T20 World Cup, and they would be fighting it out in front of a very big crowd at the Firozshah Kotla grounds here in Delhi. So today I'm going to do a preview of the England versus New Zealand first semi-final of the T20 World Cup coming up, and so that is definitely one which is going to occupy a lot of time. And just on a small note, even though we are just deviating here from the World Cup, if at all I find time, I'll talk about it. As you know, the tri-series is coming between Australia, South Africa and the West Indies, and it's going to be played in the Caribbean, and this is going to be played in the month of June. So Australia have actually announced the team, and the good thing for Australia is that Mitchell Starc is fit and is raring to go. He has been selected, and Nathan Lyon also comes back. So if at all I find time, I'll come back to that. But definitely it's all about the World Cup. So I would like to do a preview of the England versus New Zealand clash, which is coming up. Okay, so let's start the preview here. As far as England are concerned, well, they have been doing a great job, and their strength, according to me, is actually been their batting. The bowling has been good, but the batting. First, let me also tell you one more thing, dear friends subscribers. If you had actually read my preview of the England team in the T20 World Cup, I definitely said one thing, that England are strong contenders. And I'm so happy to see that England are in the business end of the tournament taking on New Zealand tomorrow. How right I was in saying that England would be a strong contender. So I'm very happy about that. Yes, as far as New Zealand are concerned, I know for a fact that I definitely said without Brendan McCullum, I feel this is half the side. But definitely I was proved wrong. But also, not only I was proved wrong by New Zealand, I thought they really proved the cricketing world wrong. Actually, to come with an unbeaten track record. They are the only team who have an unbeaten track record in this T20 World Cup. And I'm sure they are the ones who are really eyeing the trophy here. But tomorrow is the battle which will take them to the final. But England, let me tell you, their strength lies in the batting. And we all know. So let's have a look at this England side. Well, the England side has been doing a very good job, and that's the precise reason they are in the semi-finals. They have an attractive batsman, Jason Roy, the opener. He's a really attractive player to watch. And let me tell you, to me, he's a person who makes batting look very easy, because the way he actually flows into his strokes, that's a real treat to watch. Alex Hales is another one who compliments him admirably, and both would be hoping that tomorrow they could put up a big partnership to put the pressure on the Kiwi bowlers. Now, Alex Hales, well, I think there's a big innings which is really expected. Even Jason Roy, that could be a big innings expected because both have to fire simultaneously tomorrow. If at all England have to post a big total against this New Zealand bowling. Joe Root, well, we all know Joe Root. He has become a household name in English cricket now, and everyone knows that he can actually apply himself to any situation that England have, and he will come up trumps. Josh Butler, well, everyone knows about his innovative stroke making. The way he can really, the other day we saw how he rattled on 61 runs in double quick time. If I'm not wrong, it was against Sri Lanka. He rattled along. Sri Lanka had England absolutely in control, and the last 5 overs, if my memory serves me right, 74 runs were looted. Josh Butler was the most influential person in that particular England total there. Morgan, one has not seen Morgan go and actually hit a 50 in this tournament, and that is what English fans would be waiting for. Ben Stokes, well, he's someone who is always a dangerous bloke in this England side. He can snatch the game away from you. probably he has not done. I mean, he definitely did well with the ball the other day when he started bowling those pinpointed Yorkers, no doubt about that. But against, if I'm not wrong, it was against South Africa. But what is needed from Ben Stokes is one has to see. I think the Indian cricket fans have not really seen Ben Stokes explode, and that's what the English fans would be loving to see, and even the Indian fans would be loving to see tomorrow. Moeen Ali, well, he's a contributor. He's a good contributor to English cricket. He will contribute in all three departments of the game. And Ben Stokes also is another one who said is pure dynamite as far as fielding is concerned. And the other day we saw how he swooped on to run out a South African player. And also, Ben Stokes is a very useful bowler. You can even rely on him in the death overs. And the bowling will be in the hands of Chris Jordan. Jordan has been doing a good job in this T20 World Cup, no doubt about it. He has been, and he was another one who impressed the other day with his penultimate over when he bowled Yorkers and saw to it that everything was kept to a minimum. And the bowling would be in the hands of David Willey. David Willey has been doing a decent job in this T20 World Cup. And Liam Plunkett, the other day we saw he was absolutely right on track with his pitching the ball, giving the batsmen no such liberties and making them really work hard for their runs. So Liam Plunkett is also going to be a very tricky customer. But the spin would be in the hands of Adil Rashid. Adil Rashid himself is a very good lower order batsman who can tong the ball in the end. And Adil Rashid, the main thing is his leg spin bowling. Now it will be interesting to see as to whether the Firozshah Kotla, so far if we have seen the Firozshah Kotla matches, we have seen that it's not really shown any signs of turn. I mean, the pitch has been, what are the previous games that have been played? They have not offered much turn. It will mean that the batting would be something which would probably be on the ascendant, and England would be hoping that happens because they have a very, very strong batting lineup. They bat all the way down to Liam Plunkett. So definitely England would be hoping that they could take full advantage if at all the ball does not turn. Now let's have a look at this New Zealand team. Well, the New Zealand team has really surprised everybody in reaching the semi-finals of the T20 World Cup. And despite Brendan McCullum retiring just before the T20 World Cup, I thought the New Zealand team has put up a great show. One has to definitely credit Kane Williamson that he has shown what a very smart captain he is. I mean, he believes in horses for courses. I mean, one has not seen Tim Southee and Trent Boult operate in tandem in this match. I mean, all the group stage has gone, and even now there are no signs of Trent Boult and Tim Southee operating together, who are the prime strike bowlers. So that definitely there's been a lot of thinking that has gone on in Kane Williamson's mind, how he has actually schemed it. He has really sussed up the situation very well in India, and we have seen that he has been making changes for each and every match. So like removing one spinner, bringing two spinners, sometimes giving three spinners. So he has been doing that all the while. And we all know that New Zealand created the big upset when they actually beat India, the hosts in the first match of the tournament. And well, New Zealand are definitely very well placed. In fact, for them, I would say their batting is strong. Their bowling is also strong because we know that Firozshah Kotla pitch has not taken a turn so far, but one does not know like what is going to be the nature of the pitch tomorrow. If at all it turns, well, they definitely have Mitchell Santner, who is really proving to be a world-class bowler now, and Ish Sodhi. What a revelation, Ish Sodhi. Mitchell Santner, no doubt, is a very promising all-rounder, but Ish Sodhi has been the surprise. Being a right-arm leg spinner, right-arm leg spinner is always a sort of it's always been a luxury for any team, and that too in T20 cricket. If a leg spinner can really bowl so economically, I think hats off to Ish Sodhi. So Ish Sodhi and Mitchell Santner would operate in tandem. They would operate as a pair, and they have been troubling the batsmen. They have made runs pretty difficult for the opposition batsmen, and and the most important thing is that they have also frustrated the batsman and picked up the wickets. So that is the very, very good part of it. So definitely, it all depends. I mean, it's Kane Williamson who will be the one who would be deciding. So I'm sure he would look at it and decide. But I think Mitchell Santner is so the. I don't think he's going to disturb that pair. That pair has been doing wonders for the New Zealand team. The pace bowling would be in the hands of Mitchell McLennan, who already bowled that wonderful death over against Bangladesh, if I'm not wrong. So Mitchell McLennan is that is Mitchell McLennan. I think it was against South Africa, if I'm not wrong. So Mitchell McLennan is there, and they have Adam Min, who has been playing all the matches. He has been bowling with lots of pace. So that is and Grant Elliott is another one. He normally bowls like military medium pace, and he has also been one who has been really contributing a great deal. Even though one can't classify him as a spinner, with the pace that he bowls, I think he's ideally suited to Indian pitches, and that has been another advantage for New Zealand there. Grant Elliott has been chipping in with the wickets, and he's also a very good batsman low down the order. Luke Ronchi, the wicketkeeper, and let's have a look at this batsman, Martin Guptill. He is one who can really murder the bowling. He's in some great nick, and he's the most dangerous person according to me. And then they have Kane Williamson, always the classicist that he is. He can also, gather runs pretty quietly. And then they have Colin Munro, who has not yet really shown the Colin Munro that he is. And that is what Indian fans would be waiting for. So definitely, as I said, there are two things to see. Whether Colin Munro takes off tomorrow for New Zealand, or whether Ben Stokes comes into his own tomorrow at the Firozshah Kota, because the Indian fans would like to have a glimpse of this. And then they have the most experienced player, Ross Taylor, in their ranks, who has not done much of note till now. It has not. He has not been. I would say a situation has not come where Ross Taylor had to really come to the party. And then Corey Anderson, a magnificent all-rounder there, who would be doing the, who would be sharing the batting and the bowling duties. And I think it's all going to be. If I were to say that, I would say it's even Stevens, because like England are very strong in the batting department, but New Zealand, if you look at it, their bowling is extremely strong. That's why they have been able to restrict all the opposition and really pass over them. But their batting has also been very strong. So they definitely have a sort of a cushion there. But at the same time, I won't discount England with their bowling too, because they have Chris Jordan, they have Billy Plunkett, they have the spinners. So probably not to the same degree as New Zealand. So in this contest, I might be probably prompted to give that slight bit of edge to New Zealand because of their recent performances in the World Cup, and also the fact that their bowlers have been doing an admirable job. And that slight bit of edge because of their success rate in this T20 World Cup. As I said, it's a very slender edge that I'm giving, but otherwise, this particular match which is coming up, the semi-finals in the T20 World Cup which is coming up tomorrow, looks to me like even Stevens. But time will definitely tell the story, and it'll be interesting to see what Kane Williamson, the New Zealand captain, comes up with. Whether he's going to come up with another horses or courses after looking at the pitch tomorrow morning. We might probably see a surprise. One does not know. But as I said, are we going to see a bit of, looking at the way Kane Williamson has been going, I won't be surprised that tomorrow, if at all, at the Firozshah Kota pitch, he decides to bring in Trent Boult and Tim Southee. But again, the question is, at whose expense does he bring them? Spinners, Mitchell Santner and Ish Sodhi, I don't think he would be disturbing them. Probably Adam Min and Mitchell McLennan, and whether he would be prompted to do that, because this is not a group game, it's a semi-finals. It is just one step away from the final. So probably I would probably say that Kane Williamson might not do any experimentation tomorrow, and he would go with the same side that has been giving him all the victories here, the unbeaten victory run. So tomorrow will be a test for New Zealand whether they hold on to their victory run and march to the finals, or whether England will stop them in their tracks. England definitely have a score to settle, as you would know, because in the game, in the 50 overs World Cup in Australia and New Zealand, one saw that New Zealand totally wiped off England with Tim Southee and Trent Boult doing the damage. And then the man who is not there for New Zealand today in New Zealand cricket, Brendan McCullum, went berserk against the English bowlers by thrashing them to all parts of the ground and in the process finishing off the target with considerable ease. So that is something that would be preying on England's minds, and they would be definitely hoping for a sweet revenge. But New Zealand, it would be interesting. New Zealand have never won a T20 World Cup. England has definitely won it. So there are a lot of factors, but what a semi-final that is going to be. And also, dear friends, subscribers, the forecast in the Firozshah Kotla here in Delhi is very good. It's going to be 30 degrees, so I think it's very good for cricket. 30 degrees, yes, it is hot, but probably for New Zealand and England it might be a bit hot. But for India, 30 degrees in heat in the summer season is something which is normal. So, but I think since they have already acclimatized themselves to the Indian climes, I don't see any reason why both these teams would enjoy their cricket tomorrow. And probably I'm hoping that there could be a lot of runs scored tomorrow at the Firozshah Kotla. But also, if you look at the history, I think there have not been a lot of runs scored at the Firozshah Kotla. But all in all, it should be a cracker of a game coming up tomorrow in the first semi-finals. So that concludes my preview. I would wish good luck to both the teams, and may the best team on that particular day at the Firozshah Kotla in Delhi win the match and march on to the finals of the T20 World Cup. That would be a proud moment for them. Now, the next thing, before I leave this cricket broadcast, what I would like to say, as I said, there's a tri-series which is coming up. Just going away from the World Cup here, to just give you this news, that there's a tri-series coming up between South Africa, Australia and the West Indies, and this is going to be played in the Caribbean, and the Australians have actually announced their squad for the tri-series, which barring the players who are playing right now in the T20 World Cup, George Bailey will be back. They have John Hastings is already here. Travis Head is the wonderful player who has been included. He also played against India, as you would remember, in a few T20 matches there, and he was looking impressive. So, and Rod Marsh has sort of the manager of the team has a great opinion about Travis Head, who's been knocking on the doors of Australian cricket for quite a long time. Usman Khawaja, Nathan Lyon is back, the Red-arm off spinner who's been brought back, and then they have Mitchell Starc. That is the big thing to happen, because Mitchell Starc, according to me, plays a great role in Australian cricket, and especially considering that their bowling resources have been crippled, which I definitely thought the bowling resources were definitely crippled with lot of retirements happening. I thought Mitchell Starc in the team would really lift them up a bit here. Not a bit, a great deal, because he's one who's a real workhorse, and he will get you the wickets, and he will also see to it that he does not allow the batsman any freebies. So Mitchell Starc getting fit after a long time is great news for Australia. So as I said, this is a tri-series which is coming up, which is and I think it's the first time that one is going to see a tri-series in the Caribbean, which includes Australia, South Africa and the West Indies, and that is something great. I mean, I think there's probably, I have never in my as far as my knowledge of cricket goes, and as to what I've been following cricket, I don't think Caribbean has ever hosted a tri-series tournament involving Australia, South Africa and the West Indies. So I think it should be an interesting tussle which is coming up. And West Indies, let me tell you, they are at full strength right now, and one hopes that Kieron Pollard and Sunil Narine are also back when they are playing in the Caribbean in the tri-series, and that would make it a really tough affair between these three teams. Well, on this note, dear fans, friends, subscribers, it's all over as far as this cricket broadcast goes, and tomorrow my cricket broadcast will be there, and you will be hearing me narrating the tale which happened at the Firozshah Kotla ground in Delhi in the first of the semi-finals, which will be played tomorrow in the T20 World Cup in India. Well, on this note, wishing good luck to both